So at this point, detectives began to suspect a serial killer, but
Hmm.
suspicions are one thing. We know proof is another.
Yeah.
So what they had was scattered bodies, scattered missing persons reports, no surviving
Mm.
witnesses, but that all would change in June of 1983 because a woman named Cindy Paulson, she was, I shouldn't say a woman, she was a child. She was 17 years old. She was
Mm.
working the streets when she met Robert Hansen. He offered to pay her for sex. Once she was in the car, he pulled a gun and took her to his house. There, he raped and tortured her in his den, chaining her to a post. After hours of abuse, he told her that he was going to take her out to his cabin, quote unquote.
Hmm.
And she was like, I call bullshit.
Okay.
I don't think so. This seems weird. So he drove her to Merrill Field, which is where he parked his small plane. While he stepped out of the car to prepare the plane, Paulson was like, this is my only chance. I have to get out.
Mm-hmm.
So she's barefoot. She's handcuffed. She's partially clothed.
Mm.
She bolts from the car. She runs down the street until she's able to flag down a passing driver who took her to safety. So
Wow.
she survives. Thank God. The first thing she does is she goes to police. She tells them everything. She says, I was at this house in this area. He took me to this den. There were animal heads affixed to the wall. So, I think he was a hunter. He had a
Wow.
plane. This is what he looked like. He had a stutter. This is the
Oh my
airport.
God.
Yeah, I mean, pointed out exactly what was going on,
I can't believe he flew them.
yeah, some of them, it sounds like not all of them, but yeah, he would fly them in his bush plane,
That's very adventurous of him. I
which
know, changing locations and stuff, I
mhm.
get that, but a plane? I just can't,
Well
I don't think I've ever heard of a killer putting their victims who are alive on a plane.
well, if you think about it, in Alaska,
Oh,
a lot of places are only accessible by plane.
okay, that makes a lot of sense.
You're not gonna be able to get there by any other
Yeah.
means.
Wow. Crazy. So I guess then it makes sense that a lot of people there probably own small planes.
Mhm.
So it's pretty common then for people to own planes.
Yeah, you'd
Okay.
imagine.
Okay. It's in my eyes with forgetting that it was in Alaska. I was like, not many people
The
own
fuck?
small planes. And isn't it kind of wild that he was flying them? But okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, so she described the interior layout of his home. Yeah.
Good for her.
I mean, yeah, she remembers all of this. So she takes them to the airport and they find a pilot at Merrill Field who remembered seeing this frightened woman and a man
Hmm.
matching Hanson's description.
Nice.
So he was able to provide, I think it was a license plate number. And so
No way.
they were able to identify that this car belonged to Robert Hansen and he lived in the same neighborhood that Cindy was saying she was taken to. Unfortunately, some officers saw Cindy as unreliable during the time that she was being questioned. So this was not just the day of, but after. She would often be away in the lower 48, and her reputation as a sex worker made some in law enforcement doubt her story. So there's this underlying kind of questioning too. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
that didn't stop
Yeah.
the investigation. It it kind of
Yeah, I mean, they're giving her the side eye, kind
yeah,
of.
like, are you telling the
And
truth? Are you
right.
just
Yeah, so they're
yeah.
not going to be pursuing what she's telling them with as much drive and,
Mm.
willingness to see that through
Right.
because they're like, but can we believe you?
Nonetheless, Anchorage detectives and Alaska state troopers now had something that they had not had before, which was a living witness pointing directly at one suspect.